And we're live. What's up, boys and girls? I love it. It tells me that I'm live. Hi, Em. Hi, Go Hard Barbell. What's up? Andy wants to join. I miss Bad Doll. Come on, Andy. I'm accepting you, Andy. Hi,
Hey,
pal.
buddy.
How we doing, bud?
We're hanging.
We're hanging. Did you guys win?
Yeah, 4-1.
Hey! How'd you guys throw?
We pitched it all right, man.
Nice.
We gave up like a bouncing ground ball through the infield in the first.
Uh-huh.
Scored with 2 outs, and then kind of just
Nice. Settled down.
Yeah.
Settled down nicely.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, we didn't. We walked a couple dudes in the first, a little frustrating, but hang with them.
Fine. It's a long game.
The real deal matters on Friday, but that was,
What's Friday?
Today was just it was like our last little scrimmage deal. We played a 4-year school that's pretty close. So.
Oh, you guys play a lot of like the 4-year schools around or no?
Yeah, we get them in the fall.
Okay.
And then we're allowed like a scrimmage or two in the spring. So we played like for forever even since I played, we played the one 4-year school right down the road. So it's like 20 minutes for them.
Nice.
And they come down and we play, and it's kind of a dress rehearsal for both of us. So
it's
good.
What's it? Spring ball? Spring ball starts?
Yeah, our regular season starts Friday.
Right.
Like actual baseball, like our
really
Friday. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Shit.
We get 19
January.
We get 19 days with our dudes after Christmas break.
Wow.
19 days. Yeah.
That's crazy, huh?
It is.
How long is the college baseball season?
Well, like it's a little staggered. So like junior college starts in January.
Okay.
NAI starts in January. Division II starts like middle of February, and then Division I starts like March, I think. And then Division I rolls all the way through June. Our season, if we go to the World Series, would be like middle of May.
Got it.
NAI the same, and then Division II is like late May, early June. So it's kind of staggered.
Got it.
What do you
That's cool.
want to talk about?
I mean, I feel like this probably.
How do you feel?
I got my JJ Watt brace,
right.
my guy. So.
Hey, hook grip's fun.
I'm learning.
I got it.
I'm learning. You got it. You figured it out. You can tell me what to do.
It hurts, but I gotta reach out.
Can I do this? If I do this enough, will I be good at hook grip?
I think so. What I've been doing is I've been hook gripping the steering wheel when I'm driving. It helps.
Yeah, just the steering wheel.
But if anybody knows a lot about hook grip, hit me up and let me know what I'm missing, because I feel like the bar slides in my hand. Sandy, I feel like the bar, I feel like when I took 655 plus the bands, I felt like the bar there was play in my hand. So maybe I just didn't grip down the bar.
Oh.
It got to a place that it didn't want to come out, but if the bar,
I just don't like the way
moving up.
I just don't like the way it feels in my joint right here.
I know, Emily.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It feels like it's gonna pop my joints out.
I'm
not a fan.
It's a lot.
I'm not a fan. But
I also, full disclosure, I've pulled heavy hook grip one time, so I probably should just shut up and keep pulling and figure it out.
Yeah. But I mean,
Dave.
I'm just get stronger. Yeah, I mean, everyone can do that. But yeah, no, it hurts. It hurts my fingers.
It's not as bad as you think, though. It's one of those things that, I feel like when you make a decision to do it, it's not that big of a deal.
Yes, but the initial part of it is bad.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm not.
But the one
But,
positive is we can drink whiskey while we do it.
I mean, you could always drink whiskey when you deadlift.
That's right.
But I will say, if you're going to tell me that I get to lift the bar like
3 inches
2
shorter.
inches, 3 inches less, then I'm going to fuck with you.
That's a big
because then
deal.
I'm going to bring my feet out a little bit wider when I can start pulling again. And you're going to tell me that I only got to lift the bar this much?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's see what I can.
You actually got to lock it out, though. I know you have had trouble with that in the past. Even though
In the past. In the past, it was a dip on one side. Even if you
don't like it, it's still a world record.
It still is.
Because that's how world records work.
Mm-hmm. Well, those people from that federation probably shouldn't be talking too much right now.
That's true. We'll get to that, but we got to
that. We got to talk about our sponsors.
We got to
thank our sponsors. Our sponsors for the State of the Union are Bergen County Barbell, BCB Training Systems, Go Hard Barbell, Wicked Wolf Beard Co.
Wicked Wolf.
I mean, wait, can we also talk about real quick how Aaron's like, all right, it's getting a little
Yeah, you
ridiculous.
said that last week.
Yeah, no, and I kind of just ignored her when she said it last week, but
let me know that works out.
Yeah, no, she said it again, so now it kind of has to happen. So we're gonna trim it. We're gonna trim it.
Give it a little trim. All right.
Yeah, but
Trim's
all right.
Good.
Well,
what do you want to talk about?
I guess we should talk about what happened over the weekend in the sport of, I guess it's not even just the sport of powerlifting, because I guess it goes outside powerlifting, but it's just,
sounds like it.
In the world, I guess it happened. But I'm not for one. I don't have the specifics, so I'm not going to speak on the facts.
Yeah, I don't want to get into a ton of specifics for sure.
But can you just give them a general overview?
All right. Yeah. So I have not listened to all of the videos, and I guess the whole story's unfolded with the Goob guy. I just recently started following him. I basically, the Reader's Digest version is that there's a lot of people in the USPA that have some poor morals, and it's not hidden knowledge to the higher ups, and it's been reported and it's been complained about, and people have known about it, and people have done nothing about it. And then these people are still running meets, they're still weighing lifters in, they're still representing the federation. And this is not just like, this is not like run-of-the-mill, this guy's a bad guy, or run-of-the-mill, this guy, tries to hook up with women. This is like stalking, rape, pedophilia, things of that nature that are being swept under the rug. So before we get into, one thing I want to say before we get into any of this is, like, there's a lot of dudes there's a lot of dudes everywhere that people will tell you, like, oh, he's not a good dude, or stay away. But, like, when you start to get into some of the stuff that the accusations that are out there, like, that's kind of beyond, like, opinion for me. Like, that's like, if you're involved with that, and you're involved with covering that up, and you're like readily allowing those people to be a part of your business, and those people are responsible for the health and safety and what have you of other people, like, I don't want to say you're just as bad as them, but you're that's not good. Like,
it's not a good look. And,
like, I don't care, where you stand on a lot of different things in the world, man, but, like, we're supposed to take care of women and children. That's what we're supposed to do.
Correct.
And if you're not doing that, or you're allowing people that have proven that they prey on women and children, like, you're out.
Yeah.
So
no, you're out.
That's kind of like, yeah. I mean, we can talk about women's independence and all you want, but, like, we as men are supposed to take care of women and children. and we're supposed to keep people who choose to prey on them away from other people as best
Correct.
we can. So that's what I got.
I do want to say also before we start talking more is no one's been proven guilty. Right.
Well,
so
I don't know whether that's true.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know the facts there, but to my knowledge, no one's been proven guilty of anything. So this is all,
Well, I think some of it is.
If
like,
if some
I think there's like court documents. I think.
Okay, so then
I don't know that.
All right, so then
I think
where,
there's some acute accusation stuff, but then I also think there's like some things that people know that have been done, and they continue to allow those people to still host meets,
okay, so then
chairs. And
that's where my kind of foot. That's where the line's drawn, because there's a huge difference between accusations and actual physical. This person did this. Here's court documents. Yeah. So if you are someone that is associating with someone who has in their past documented, have done these things, and continually want those people around and want them involved in what you're doing, and you want to be associated. I'm sorry, but to what Andy said, you are so far out in my book, because that's just not who any of us in our circle is ever going to come.
That's not cool.
It's not cool. That's not cool. And out on that, and being, obviously you being a father, right? That it adds another, and a husband, obviously, and a teacher. You work in education, right? So
I coach predominantly women too.
Exactly.
I got 13 athletes, and most of them are female. You
right.
know what I mean? Right. And like
it's.
There you go.
Someone turned in a meet director that is July. They knew. That's not okay.
Yeah, it's documented that they knew, and like they didn't do anything until like last week.
And I'm sorry, at this point, if you know that someone was aware of that, right? And you now know that they were aware, and they swept it under the rug and let everything else happen after that, and you continue to support that organization. I don't want to say that you're just as bad, but that's not a good look either.
No, man, if you know somebody kills somebody, you don't tell the cops, you go to jail for aiding and abetting murder. I think that if you're hosting meets and you're running a federation, it's your job to control the type of people that are being around the people that are paying you money. If I went to a restaurant and you owned a restaurant or what have you, and you had somebody working for you that was a pedophile, and I brought my kids there, and I found out about it.
That's a problem.
Me and you'd have a conversation.
That's a problem.
That's just, So we're talking about these people weighing these people in. We're talking about people looking at people in their underwear weighing people. It's not okay, man. Like that's, and it's like my first initial argument, because I didn't know this. Like when I got told this whole deal, I didn't know that they knew. Like I was from the same. I was like, I didn't know that.
Right.
Like, how, because it's like, well, if you don't know. How?
If
like,
you don't
like, who's
vetting?
Who's vetting? Like
nobody.
Because people who judge at powerlifting meets are not making money. Most of those people are volunteering, or they flip some gas money or a piece of pizza or what have you.
Some pizza and a beer at the end of the night.
Yeah, who's vetting these people? So if it's something small and you don't know, then whatever. But like, when you start talking about
that's not what this is.
Documented cases that everybody knew. They got this dude, and he does a whole, the Goob guy does a whole deal on this guy in Ohio, man. It's like, you read this piece of paper and you're just like, there's women coming forward all up. It's like Harvey Weinstein type stuff. And they knew, like they're fielding these complaints and do nothing about it. And that's not cool to me. We're talking about you and I, obviously, we have a stake in the deal, like Leah's deal. It's not just Leah's deal; it's Leah's and Amber's and Tara's, and,
right.
and and it's this movement for women in powerlifting, and we want them to feel comfortable, and we want them to feel welcome, and we want them to do all this different stuff. And like everybody's on board with that, and then you allow them to go compete in meets that are ran by people who prey on women. Like what part of that is okay?
I literally until you just told me, I had no idea that they knew about it. That totally just. I thought there was just these accusations swirling, and all these people were coming forward saying, yeah, this happened, this happened, this happened.
That's the guy from Ohio, Chico.
Oh, Jesus, that's not good either. What the fuck is wrong with people? I'm sorry. What are we doing? I just can't understand if you knew. What have they come out and said anything? Has they as an organization?
I think they dumped a bunch of people today. I think they're scrambling. Because I mean, yeah, that's not cool. Yeah, I mean, and I think they dumped a bunch of people today. But like, but you're also talking about like, not to take it away from the focus away from this, but like, it's not that federation's not set up for lifters either. There's no lift. There's no safety. No. The spot, like my buddy Kyle O'Leary, who does the full send deal, just like went through the rule book. Like they literally will not let you put your arms under somebody squatting. So you just gotta kiss the ground.
Right.
Like Emily's like she got like 20,000 views on her story because I mean, and a lot of things happened that contributed to that. Number one being the fact that they told me to rap her with the national anthem starting, and she bebops out there 2.5 minutes after the national anthem starting, and they're talking, and she'd been rapped for 2 minutes. They wouldn't let me unwrap her, so she walks out there and face plants, and nobody touched her till her knees hit the ground. Like, it's in all cases like that. It's not set up for lifters. I don't like, and I got there's a lot of people saying, well, like, hey, the Fed's not a bust or the Fed's not this. Like, at what point in any capacity is that federation do anything for anybody
lifter
involved?
Pro lifter. What do they do, pro lifter?
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, come get judged by criminals and get weighed in by predators, and then if you miss a squat, we'll pick you up off the ground.
That's just a bad look all around.
Come lift in the IPA.
Come lift in the IPA.
I mean, I've been a state director. I've not run a meet. I'm got some things going on. I'm trying to get one set up, but like, all I can think about is my responsibility to the lifters.
Right.
That's
right.
all I can think about.
Making sure. All right. When I have a meet, how can I do it in the best way possible for the lifter? Making sure that.
Like, people keep talking about money. Like, who's making money running meets?
Who's talking about money?
Like, I mean, if you make a couple grand, but like, who's making enough money to make a dent in this thing running powerlifting meets? Am I missing the part of this deal where this is a profitable part? Like, this is a profitable.
People are saying that because of the money that this is okay.
Well, they talk about the USPA being, it's a money grab and it's this, that, and the other. But like, who's making money running meets?
Well, no, I mean, when you run 40 meets a year. And then you charge $100 a pop, and you charge each one of them a membership fee, and then you charge, and then you say that here's nationals, but then you have 9,000 people at nationals, and the national fee is $250. Yeah, no, the USPA as an organization probably makes a decent amount of money, but who the fuck cares, and why does that justify sweeping this under the rug?
Well, Heidi, you're right, but I'm saying, like, who's making a living doing that? Like, maybe one person in the country. Now, like, I understand that there's enough money to make it worth your while to run a meet, but I'm saying, like, nobody's doing this alone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody's like, I run powerlifting meets and that's how I support my family is my point. Like, yeah, you might be making some money, but I'm talking about enough money to make
to live comfortably.
Enough money to feel good about putting people around predators.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So there's one guy making money.
That's true.
But I mean,
but now
dude, I don't know, man. I don't know how you can go to sleep at night and feel good about doing that, and feel good about putting these people who go like, if you choose to do my meet, you know what I mean? If you choose to come to our meet, I'm gonna go. Well, I'm responsible for your safety. I'm not responsible for your safety if you take a weight and get hurt and there's nothing. But like, I'm responsible for providing you with a safe environment to live.
Correct.
I'm responsible for doing that, and like, that's extremely important to me. And
Right.
if that's not extremely important to you, then don't run meets.
Don't run meets, because if you're thinking about running meets to try and make money, to try and make, he does, yes, or part owner, yes. If your number one intention in running a meet is not for the lifter, then don't run the meet. Don't run the meet. There's no other way to say it. Do something else. There's 900 million other ways that you can make money now. It's 2023. Figure it out. If that's your main concern, that running powerlifting meets needs to be your source of income, you need to pick up and you need to get the fuck out of powerlifting, because you're not doing anything to help the sport.
No,
clearly you're not doing.
And we continually talk about this. It's like, this shit's hard enough for us anyways. Like, nobody takes the sport seriously. We were talking about the multiply, like, at least scare depth, but like, now we're past the depth thing, and like,
now,
you people
this
want
has
powerlifting
nothing
in the
to do with
Olympics.
lifting. This has nothing to do with lifting.
The Olympics,
right?
And this is the type. This is what we're bringing to the table.
Right. We're
gonna lift the rug up, and we're gonna sweep predators under the rug.
Yeah.
And
to make money on running powerlifting meets. I'm sorry. What are we doing? What are we doing?
We're gonna sweep. And I can't say this enough. Like, I understand, like, the independent side of things, man. But like, if you're the type of person that is going to knowingly put women and children in harm's way, like, I don't care if this is 2022 or 3020. I'm sorry, it's 2023, 3023. Like, you're not a man. You're not a good person.
No.
You're just like, and I'll die on that hill. Like, miss me with that.
Yes.
Now,
if you're not good,
if you find out about it and you go, hey man, I totally swung and missed on this publicly. Like, we're going to cut ties with this dude. That's exactly right, Larry Nassar. Like, if you're going to cut ties, like, hey, I made a mistake. I've got these accusations. It walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. I'm going to find out if it's a duck. But until then, this guy's not going to run meets anymore. And then you do your deep dive and you figure out what's going on, by all means.
Totally different conversation. But apparently that's not what happened.
No, that's not what happened. It's not what happened.
So then there is no justification. I'm sorry. There's no justification. There's no, because it's not financial. So then what is it?
No, because you're not making life-changing money.
No.
There's not $1 million.
So if it's not financial, then why else are you sweeping predators under the rug in your federation?
Just come lift in the IPA.
Yeah, come lift in the IPA.
And here's the thing, you'll talk to people and you'll go like, I went to a USPA. I went to a USPA meet in November, and like, I've been to 4 or 5 of them. I've not enjoyed 3 of them. Let's call it 4. And the one I went to the one down in Miami that Michael Della ran. It was awesome meet. Like, he did a really good job with it. He was a meet director. It was awesome. I thought the judge was fair. I thought everything was great. But that's 1 of 4. But even with regards to that, like, for me, it's just like, you choose where you support. Like, where your money goes, that's where your support is.
Where your money goes is what you support. So now,
and I'm not saying by all means, like, if you got a meet picked out and you paid your money, like,
different. I'm saying now, as of Saturday, with now this becoming public knowledge that they were aware that this was swept under the rug. Now, as of this point, right, it is because you can't do or say anything to anyone who didn't know prior to any of this, right? You can't hold that against them. You can't hold that against someone for being pro this federation, rah USPA, till I die. But now, knowing that, Now I think if you continue to support it, you are of the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know how else you can justify continuing being part of the organization.
What I would say is we will see what happens moving forward.
Right,
it's never too late to do the right thing.
As of right now today,
it's
at
never,
8:25,
it's never too late to do the right thing.
No,
it's
not.
never too late to do the right thing. So and
go ahead.
Bobby's right. Clean house and start over.
Clean house and start over. And
it's
then
never too late. And this is the one thing for me, like, when you creep into the territory that we're talking about, I think that's where we get into unforgivable as the people doing the acts. But like,
yes,
we'll see what happens moving forward. We'll see how serious they are about righting wrongs. We'll see how serious they are about. We'll see.
I'm gonna find it very, very unlikely to see someone who was okay with things being swept under the rug to see them in a positive way in any way, shape or form moving forward. I just don't. Me personally, I just don't think that's. I just think that makes.
And I feel bad for a lot of people. Well, you're 100% right, David. But you're 100% right. I feel bad. I feel bad for the good people that probably had no idea.
Yes.
I feel bad for the people. I feel bad for the people running meets, that probably are more mad than you and I are.
Right.
And judging meets and are a part of this organization. And now, because, as the person, you if you're at the top of this pyramid, if you're the guy running this, and you allowed these people to align themselves with you, and their expectation was that you weren't going to let this shit happen. And you did. And now there's these people, good people, who are running meets, judging meets, a part of the organization. And now people look at them with a side eye because they've been associated with this thing. So when you're running this thing, it's your responsibility to not allow that to be not allow people to align themselves with something like this. They trusted you to do better.
And you have to do better. Right.
And you don't have to be perfect, but there's some non-negotiables out there, man, and I think this is firmly in that bucket.
Yeah, no,
firmly.
This is a firm non-negotiable in any way, shape, or form here. We can argue about
squat depth all you want. Like, there's no arguing this.
So, but again, you're right. No, go.
It's your responsibility. It's your responsibility.
Yeah. But you are right. Things, we're talking as of, what's just happened up until this point, right? Things can change tomorrow. News can come out where, everyone's gone. Totally cleaned house. All right. Well, then how are you going to then move forward to make sure that this doesn't happen again? Oh, what's that say? Who said that? FBF USPA directors. That should be speaking that are. See, now that you can't do anything about, right? If people, do you though? I don't know if you do. Do you need to speak up?
Yeah, I'm on board with that. I mean, I think there's various. I think they're speaking up with actions. I think they're speaking up with words. I think. So, I mean, not everybody is gonna express themselves like you express yourself, or I express myself.
I'm trying
like,
to be very calm about this.
I think we've been good. But my point though is like, I do think there's a level of and I don't think it has to be today, because I think there's some of these people, a little bit of pause and to collect your thoughts and think about what you need to do. I think that's okay. Like right. But I agree. I mean, I do feel bad for these people, man. Because there's a lot of, I've got a lot of friends that are involved with the organization, and I feel bad about it, because, they entered into this partnership with this organization in good faith, good faith that they were not going to be aligning themselves with something like this. And here they are,
people who are going to be doing these
with their nice blue and red polos, walking around going like, how the hell did all I wanted to do is give back to the sport of powerlifting.
Right.
And here I am involved with this.
Right. Not nearly what you thought was going on. No. Especially from, in my opinion, people who walk around with their noses up in most cases. For instance, people started trash.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. I mean, I can tell you right now, if documented stuff came out on a federation that I was, you go to the IPA website, my picture's there.
Right.
Your picture's there. Like I'm out.
Yeah, no. There's not I'm gonna stick around and while this thing is being swept on. No, like that's not even a question. That's not even.
That conversation might be had behind closed doors, but I would. I mean, that's yeah. I'm with you 100%. I'm with you 100%. This is why you don't get. This is why you don't get. What's the word I'm looking for here? Obsessed with the Fed.
Right. I mean, we talk about this all the time. That you can't just.
It's like
I don't know why.
I don't know why that specific. I don't know why the specific Fed is like. People are so dogmatic about it.
It's weird, but it's really, and I'm not saying this to be mean or start a fight or anything, but it's really only on the raw side of the sport.
That's true.
Right, and that's just coming from experience. That's not my my
no, they get a little bit more
feeling
about that. Now, but with that being said, they do have some big money meets.
They do, but lots of federations at this point have big money meets.
Yeah,
and we go back to what we were saying before.
WRPF's jumping up.
But money has no correlation to what happening.
No, that's separator.
No. Yep. Sorry, other things, whatever, but that is it. Like we said, it's a non-negotiable. And
yeah, there's definite non-negotiable.
Yeah,
for me, and squat depth's not one of them.
No, it's not. It's just got to look close.
Got to look close for the gram. No, I just I'm interested to see what unfolds. I hope that in some capacity the people that were wronged by this in every phase, whether it's lifters who were propositioned by meet directors, or whether it was, this can be conjecture or hearsay, but asking for favors for lights. What are we talking?
What are we doing? What are we doing? Are you kidding me?
You read the roster, stalk their Instagram, hit them up, and go like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
Fucking loser.
What in the world are we doing? That's true. William Lee's a great guy. What in the world are we doing?
And the fact that you were made aware of it and didn't do anything about it is now mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing. So,
and shame on them even more, because we just talked about how dogmatic these people and how passionate or attached these people are, possessive over this federation. They're that loyal to the federation, and you're subjecting them to this. People only compete in the USPA. They put their trust in you for all of their powerlifting needs, and these are the type of people that you have them dealing with. Think about that.
I think that this should be an
good point, Lloyd.
What?
Lloyd made a good point.
Morals, money will make. Yeah, absolutely. I think this should be an eye opener for everyone to start doing more research about people across the board. Who you're getting involved with, who you're associating yourself with. I think that this should be an eye opener, because know who you're getting involved with in all aspects, because apparently people knew, right? So
yeah, and then
this wasn't
the people that people put trust in to know and do something about
right.
it did nothing.
Right.
And that's where I have a huge issue. Because there's bad people. I mean, you drive down the road and throw a rock, and it's not worse now than it was. I mean, there's evil human beings in every phase of life.
Yes.
There's evil human, but like it's the indifference of good people that puts us all at risk.
Right.
It's the indifference. Like, see something, say something, man, or do like. And I'm not saying like you don't got to tough guy it, dude. You don't got to like put your hands on somebody or call somebody. Just like, hey, man, I heard about this. I'm really sorry. I'm sure you're trying to get your life back on track. You're just not going to do it in my federation, dude. Best of luck.
That's it.
All right,
that's
you have
it.
letter recommendation as long as it's not to a daycare. Like, just. I mean, we're not. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, there's just a right thing to do here.
Yeah, you say something about it, and then it gets handled, and then that's the end of it, and you don't stop it from happening.
You don't have to. I mean, like, you can choose to be friends with whoever you want in your own life, but when you're putting people's at risk,
right?
And these people are required, like, if they choose to do a meet, they don't have a choice of who weighs them in. They don't have a choice at who is judging them. They don't have a choice of who they're associating with. They show up and do the meet. And it's your job to make sure that those people are not predators. And I understand, like, I'm going to run a meet. Most people that I'm involved with are going to be at the meet are going to be people that I know. I'm not going to vet them. I'm not. But if I did know, I'm like, sorry, man, you're not welcome.
You're not welcome. Like, those type of people are not welcome.
I can't have you.
Around the sport, or around anywhere. You take a step back outside of powerlifting. Those type of people aren't welcome fucking anywhere. Anywhere. That's not okay.
I think when you cross the line there, I think that's when it's okay for you to be excluded.
Yeah.
You've made your choice. Just
that's what you wanted to do. That's your decision. You're an adult.
Hope you get the help you need. Just we're not going to have you around people.
No.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point too, Lloyd.
And Mark, yeah, that also is true. You're not totally wrong, because these are sometimes the people.
But I think this is something that we can all agree on.
Yeah, this is the one thing where Raw and Multiply could and should come together and agree on something in 100% bipartisanism.
Yeah, I think this is because at the end of the day, man, like, we can argue about squat depth or bench pauses or soft knees and deadlift lockouts, even though it's not in the rule book. But we should be able to agree on humanity.
On not having predators around. And
we should be like, y'all can have whoever you want weigh me in. Like, you can have Freddy Krueger weigh me in. I'm not worried about it.
We're okay.
But if I bring my daughter to my meet and I find out she got somebody in there, we're gonna have a conversation that's not gonna have It's
not gonna end well. It's not gonna go very well. But
nah.
But
and my daughter gets old enough to compete in powerlifting, and you're gonna have, like, somebody weighs her in. That's there's not gonna be a lot of talking going on. I'm gonna need to know who knew and didn't do something.
Right.
My wife's not a competitive powerlifter. She comes to, she hasn't come to meets in a long time, but, like, if I find out you've got her in a room with these type of people,
there's gonna be a problem. There's an issue.
I coached 9 females, man. Like, find out that I said it was okay for them to compete at this meet because I knew the person.
Correct.
Hey, man, this guy's a good dude. He's running this meet. And then I found out that people knew that this is the type of stuff that you were subjecting these people to, and they were okay with it. Like, that's different.
That's a problem.
Because I'm not just, we got in this last week. I'm not just taking money.
No.
Like, all the people that I coach, I'm friends with.
No, exactly. We keep coming back to the same thing. It's everything we talk about kind of always boils back to the same.
Yeah, be a good person.
Be a good person.
It's bad news, man.
It's bad.
I hate it for our sport.
It's terrible for the
I hate it
sport.
for our sport. I hate it for us. I mean, and the one thing we haven't talked about is like, the people that were affected by this. I hate
Right.
it. I hate
Yeah,
it for you people.
that's a totally different. We could spend another hour talking about that because
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
and I have nothing to do with this. I'm sorry, and like we talk about this sport. We talk about this sport being, when the good people talk about it, they're like, hey, you come to powerlifting and you walk into a warm-up room, and everybody's willing to help you and everybody's nice and you talk about all that stuff, and like, I agree with that, but like,
right.
if that's what we got to be better, bottom line, like it has to be,
Yeah.
the sport needs to come together and be better with regards to that.
Yeah.
There are things that we're supposed to do and people that we're supposed to take care of and look out
Right.
for. And like, it's not okay.
No.
And I'm not
And
saying you women can't look out for yourself. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Do not grab your pitchforks.
I'm just saying, like, we need to do better. We need to take care of people.
Yeah.
We need to put people in safe situations, and that's not, and if you find out that you put somebody in an unsafe situation, then say something about it. Hey, sorry, it's come to light that this is what happened. I want to apologize to everybody that's competed in my federation when such and such was involved with it, just to let you know that person won't be involved. Like, what's wrong with transparency?
No, I feel like if everyone was a little bit more transparent, everything would be a lot better.
Everybody wants transparency with squat depth calls, but not this.
Right.
Who flipped the white light here? Like, I don't know who put a rapist in the judge's chair. Let's get some answers to those questions.
And on that note, we're gonna pack it in for the night because I feel like this could take two turns, and I just think that we're gonna call it there. However, we'll be back next week. Back to our
yes, Floyd.
Yes. We need to look at it. We need to be better. Everyone needs to be better. And even if you had nothing to do with this, just if everyone does a little bit better, we'll be in a better place. Now, thank you to our sponsors.
Yep.
PCB Training Systems, Go Hard Barbell, Wicked Wolf Beard Co., our media producer, Emily Dressel. This is the State of the Union.
Next time.
See you next week.
Spotify and YouTube.
Catch us on Spotify and YouTube.
Hey, next time, are you going to have some training to talk about?
I trained last night.
All right. Safety bar squats.
Not yet.
We want to hear about it.
I don't have that. What's it called yet? I'm only at 90 degrees. I physically can't get to a safety bar. So,
right.
I think I get to 45 next week, and that's when I'm going to start safety bar.
Cool.
So, lots of volume.
Let's do it.
It's going to be fun.
Mikey, what's up, buddy? We appreciate you guys. Thank you
for tuning in. We'll see everyone next week.
We'll talk
later, pal.
Hopefully we'll have a more positive conversation.
I really hope we have a more positive conversation.
That's right, Lloyd. You know it.
Bye, guys.
See ya.